So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow. Oh, you know that song?
No.
It's an Elton John song because we have Elton John in the studio.
The last note, it got me. Yes. There we go.
You guys, we have Elton John in the studio with us today for our special 100th episode. So I had to sing an Elton John song.
Thank you for sort of recognizing my work.
You're so welcome.
I feel like sort of underrated.
I feel like you're giving Elton John, I'm giving Yoko Ono.
Well, on that note, welcome back to the Making Fire podcast. This is a podcast where two longtime besties talk about their favorite TV show, Survivor. This week, before we even get into all of that, it's our 100th episode.
Oh, G-A-G. Y'all weren't ready.
I mean, we were going to wear this anyways. It just happened to be our 100th episode. But what a celebration. I can't believe it's been 100.
So many good memories, so many unposted clips. There's just a lot going on in the world.
And heavy on the unposted.
And you know what? We just live in the moment, you guys. Like, sometimes you just have to be there to be there, you know?
Sometimes you just need to watch the whole podcast.
Right, so true. Okay, problem with sunglasses number one. I'm gonna have a hard time seeing if I'm blurred out or not, so y'all are just gonna have to...
okay, my problem is that everything is pink. So...
I think there's a song about that. Pink looks so good on me.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what that song is about. Anyway.
Well, it's like the Lizzo Barbie opening song. Okay. Anyways, before we actually get into this episode, Riley, I have to ask, how are you?
Oh my god, I almost forgot. Definitely did not for her 100% forget. How am I doing? Well, you guys know it is spooky season. Oh my gosh. Maddie and I are going to do a fun costume at some point for our... Wait, did we already talk about that on... Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I don't think we have.
Oh, so it'll be a surprise for everybody. That's great. I ordered my stuff.
I need to do that.
Because I got worried.
I'll do that today.
I did that mine today because I was like, oh my god. So that's coming this weekend. I'm so excited. I'm going to make my little shirt this weekend. It's going to be so fun.
That's next episode, by the way, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that Gagatandra. But it's spooky season, you guys, and I just have to talk about, I just love, I know it's, I don't think it's controversial, I don't know I was going to say that, but the period, like October to December, honestly, October to January, it's just the perfect time of year for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love the holiday season. And when I say holiday season, cut it with just the Christmas, all the winter seasons. I need that includes Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
And then your birthday.
And then my birthday, obviously. I just love the vibe. I love, like, I just love it. I love how excited people are. I love people's interest. I, obviously in my walking era, and I walk every day, as most people do. And all the houses around me have put up their Halloween decor, and I also, as you guys are aware, have moved recently. Unfortunately, I don't own my own home like some people, but I do sort of live with my mom, family house. It's great. I was like, oh my god, we finally live in a house where we can decorate. Because my house prior, Maddie could speak on this, sort of was just like nobody ever saw it. Unless you were coming to my house specifically, you would not see my house.
But now you're in a neighborhood.
Now we're in a neighborhood. And there are a lot of children in the neighborhood, and so I was like, Mom, we have to decorate, we have to get some stuff. And it's hard because we didn't have anything prior, so we had to like buy some stuff, but we went for like a fun little spider theme. It was so cute. We put up some fake webs, we got these giant spiders, we put one above the door. The one above the door is quite scary, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't scare the children too bad. Like, hopefully they'll be able to survive. But I just love the vibes, But the Halloween decor really set the scene. Everybody's putting up their decorations. There's some really crazy decor around me, which is so fun. Makes me feel excited. The leaves are falling. They're crunchy on the ground. We might go to a pumpkin patch next week. It'll be so fun. I'm so excited. I love the holidays. Love them.
I also love the holidays. this time of year makes me feel like almost sick with nostalgia though, and also like wanting to savor this time. I think I like fall and spring are my two favorite seasons for different reasons. With the spring, it's more of like an excitement of every day. It's getting nicer and warmer and all of that. And sort of my only issue with fall is that it's sort of getting darker. And the leaves are so gorgeous, but they're about to leave.
What?
They're about to leave and be bare trees. And so that sort of existential
like
dread.
you rustle leaves.
Leaves. But no, I love the holiday season. I'm sort of excited to decorate for Christmas.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Maddie, I have to ask you, how are you doing?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing so swell. I did something big this week. Something I had sort of been putting off for a long time. And that's going to go ahead and be dealing with my wasp nest in the shed.
Right.
This has been a long time
I have
coming.
something asterisk against that because that just put a TikTok in my head that I have to talk about now. But continue.
Okay, the issue is Logan, the other person of this household, is sort of allergic to bees and like doesn't react well when he gets bee stings. So because of that, I don't know like how similar it would be if he was stung by like a yellow jacket wasp sort of thing. Nonetheless, we're not going to take that risk. So it did sort of fall on me, which is fine. Because girl boss, I don't need a man to do anything. Right. But it is sort of scary. And I would see the wasps around when I would try and go into the shed where I knew the nest was in the shed, like sort of above the door on the inside. But it was very scary to want to sort of poke my head in there because you can only do it at night when they're sort of sleeping. But I had enough of it. And this week, one evening, I got my wasp cans of spray out and I went out there and I let them have it. I sort of really soaked those. There was actually two little nests, quite small but separate. They were not together, and it was a thrill, let me tell you. Like, I sprayed it and it also sort of sprayed it sort of rained down this foam, so I did have to fully shower and wash my hair after that. But I'm just so proud of myself. This gets into another thing of like, I'm so sick of these companies that offer their services for extremely high prices. Why was I quoted $250 to come take care of this when it took me no time at all? Like,
maybe find a kid in your neighborhood and have him just whack at it. Like,
or me. Give me two cans of wasp spray and guess what? I'll charge $100 and I'll take care of that puppy in one night. It's no problem.
Remember your face though, and they'll be back. They trust.
Well, anyways, I'm sort of glad to have finally dealt with that. It's sort of a weight off my shoulders. They're no longer bothering me in the yard. I never got stung, which is sort of nice, like even when I was just out and about in the yard. But what a thrill that was. So sort of glad that those are done. What is your sort of wasp thing that you were going to say?
I saw a TikTok the other day and a woman she had a wasp nest that she thought was coming from the window that connected to her attic, and she hired a guy. She did hire a guy, and she was like, I need to go up and make sure the attic is clear so he can get to the window from the inside. And like a normal person, she keeps her Christmas decorations like in the attic stored away. Why did she go upstairs and her kids, when she told them to put the Christmas a year ago now, because it's October, put the Christmas decor away, her kids took the Christmas tree and just put the Christmas tree up in the attic instead of throwing it away. And so she went up to the attic and found a fully dried out Christmas tree up there.
The fire hazard.
I know. And she was so pissed off, and she was like, oh, if my kids weren't in school right now, I'd take them out and I'd literally like ring them out. She said, but they're about to get home, and then she said they're not even young. One is 18 and one is 17. Like, they're old enough to know that this is not what I meant, this is not what they do, and they're old enough to get the repercussions of these actions. And
it feels like more work.
It does. To lift up the tree up into the attic and just leave it there.
That's awesome.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, this is just a reminder, don't be afraid of doing hard things. Just go take care of that wasp nest.
Both of the stories, that's sort of the culmination of everything. It's just do hard things, everybody.
Do hard things, yes.
I feel like a different man in these sunglasses.
I'm feeling, I don't know, I like don't really know where to look. I'm like, this is so fun. Anyways, let's just jump into this Survivor episode 4 already. We've been watching this for a month now. That's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
But this, before we even like get into the the dirty details of this episode was so fun. And I feel like it really is the start of something new with this season. I personally haven't had like huge problems with the last few episodes, other than like, I think just at its core the three tribes are like the problem, but I think the cast was doing what they could within that. This felt like watching a season premiere. I feel like we were hearing from everyone, and significantly more than we had in any other episode, where all these little dynamics and things about them that I was writing down, I was like, oh my god, write that down. We don't know about any of this.
Right.
We never heard from these people before. So it was just so fun. It was a breath of fresh air, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
I agree. I think the problem with the first 3 episodes of this season, well, again, I would agree with Maddie that a lot of people have not been enjoying it so far. I haven't had many issues. I've liked the season. I feel like there's been worse first couple episodes of Survivor. But I feel like the narrative the first 3 episodes was so heavily focused on the OG Kila tribe that Kella?
Yeah, Kella.
Like, fuck y'all. Like,
I'm so mad, actually, that they kept the Killer tribe, because I was excited to not have to talk about them anymore.
We will have that conversation in a minute. Oh, trust and believe, we will be. The OG Killer tribe is, it was so heavily around them. And I think somebody check out our TikTok. I think somebody commented this on our TikTok about how the narrative was so focused around these people. And this is maybe just a broader narrative shared by the viewing audience, that it was like, okay, and maybe across the New Era seasons, we get to know this tribe so heavily because obviously it's the only tribe going to tribal. But it's like, okay, at the end of the next 3 episodes, only 2 of these people are going to be left on this tribe. Yeah. Like, we're getting to know all these characters. We put a lot of time in with Nicole in the premiere, and Annie in the second episode, and Jeremiah's dynamic within the 4. Like, we got to know, and Jake's leadership, right? We got to know all these people just for them to be gone, and now we're left with
a brand new
14
cast.
We're left with 14 new people that we know nothing about other than Alex and Sophie, and we're like, what are we supposed to do with them? So I think Maddie said that she took a lot of notes. This really felt like Premiere 2.0. Felt like a whole new dynamics in a fun way, getting to know all these people again, and hopefully it's like a new start, you know?
Yes, and actually just getting to see them play the game.
Right.
Because before, it's a whole thing. We've been over this. Anyways, we open on the last 2 members of the Kella tribe going back to camp after tribal council, and they're like, okay, these days have been crazy. We have been through so much, but it's got to be us 2 to the end. And then they sort of go to sleep down on the beach that night, where they are then awoken in the wee hours of the morning to the waves sort of crashing on them, the ocean taking Sophie's shoes, I'm not sure, and actively pulling their boat into the water. And they're like, okay, this is a low.
You can't think a new low could happen. This is a new low. I'm sick of Survivor putting people on this camp, because I just know this camp is the same one that's been causing people problems for the last 8 seasons. Like, I hate it. Put people on equity in camps. Oh my god. We need to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Okay.
CBS announced that it is getting rid of its 50% diversity mandate in casting of non-scripted reality programs.
Why?
Well, I feel like we could connect the dots if we really thought about it. But in the past, casting director Jesse and Jeff, executive producer of the show, have stated that even if the mandate is no longer required, they are still going to follow that in their casting decisions.
Good. So stand on business.
It shouldn't be an issue. Well, stand on business, technically, it is kind of the bare minimum at this point, but we'll give, if it's being taken away, we'll give you your dues, I guess. But it's very interesting. It'll be interesting to see, Big Brother of the past 5 seasons, 7 minus 2. 5. Oh my god, I ate that. So the past 5 seasons, they've all been people of color. Every winner of Big Brother since the diversity mandate has been put in place have all been POC. 4 black winners and 1 Asian winner. Is that not crazy?
That's so cool.
In the first 22 seasons, there was only 3
No way.
Yeah. So literally have almost not almost literally double, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost doubled the amount of POC winners. And then Survivor's only had, of the 8 that we know so far, 8, yeah, because this is season 49.
Yeah.
There's only been Kenzie and Gabler.
Yeah, that's so true.
So it's just interesting to see how the diversity initiative changed the. Sorry, this is all coming from the top of my head. It'll be.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of people talking about it, so I don't know. But it definitely was.
I didn't hear about that.
It was announced. I looked it up. The news outlets, you know, the news outlets are talking about it. You know, the news. I wish there's more equity, to go back full circle. I wish there's more equity in the beaches that these tribes are given. I feel like this is a big part of morale. If you look at the Hina tribe versus the Kela tribe, like obviously the Kela people are going to be like, they don't have the luxury or the, you know, the fire, but I'm like, just bare boned, the beaches themselves.
Yeah. Is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's actually so crazy. Like, I'm sure we'll get there. Well, I know we'll get there. I wrote the notes. Them being sent to Kella. I get it for, like, the drama aspect of, like, it's kind of funny. But it's also absolutely wild to me that, like, half the cast is now at this beach. Anyways, okay. After the intro, we head to the challenge, I guess, in quotes. Hina does their little chant in, and the RIZGOD calls them cringe, which was funny. Then, surprise, surprise, there's a tribe switch. Jeff explains that due to Jake's evacuation, the timeline for the tribe switch has been expedited. But, if 14 people left, they gotta do it now.
right.
They talk about uncertainty, and Sophie and Alex are like, yeah, that's sort of been our whole game. And then Sophie shares about her shoe being swept away. And now she's wearing someone else's shoes that was voted out a few days ago, and they do not fit her. That sucks so bad. And now we're moving to two tribes here. Kella and Hina. It bothers me, too, that they're the same names, because it made it kind of annoying in, like, obviously not everyone has this problem of, like, taking notes for a podcast, but I had to constantly be like old Hina or like old Uli or whatever. So on our new Hina, we have Matt, Jawan, Rizzo, Nate, Savannah, Sophie, and Savannah. And on Kella, we have Alex, Steven, Christina, MC, Sophie, Shannon, and Sage.
You did sort of say Savannah twice in that first. Yes.
Oh. Well, she's a big character over there. Don't worry about that. I just wanted to emphasize that she's on that tribe.
And thank you for emphasizing, because I don't know if I would have got it without the second one.
Okay, good. The kicker, like we've said, is that Kella gets to go to Old Kella Beach, and Hina gets to go to the luxurious Hina Beach. It is so wild. And then Jeff is basically like, okay, that's it. Head on out. This whole challenge was a fake out.
A classic Survivor fake out.
How often are they doing Survivor fake outs?
I don't know.
I didn't know this was like a classic.
I didn't either.
And then we have MC, a little confessional from her, and she says that she is happy to have so many former Hina on her tribe with her, so that's good, but she is understandably dreading sort of her change in locations. So,
which is understandable.
Very understandable. We first go to Hina, and they arrive at their beautiful camp set up there. Sophie is unbelievably excited to be there and to finally have fire, at least briefly. And she's also excited to play the middle between Hina and Uli, and sort of the beef that there seems to be between them, which is interesting. There does seem to be like this really harsh divide of, like, they talk about it a lot, of like this beef between the two tribes, but I don't really understand why.
I think it's just the OG Ulis think the OG Hinas are cringe. Like, not to steal RIZGOD's words, but I think that it's just like, oh my god, they think they're so much better than us. Because I think, like, Hina keeps getting first place.
Yeah.
I think it's always been Hina first, Uli second,
yeah.
Kella third. So, I think that's probably where it stems from, but you're right. Again, it's like under edited, so we don't really know why they feel so strongly about this, but
Like, sure, they have their little chant and, like, that might be cringe, but it's justified. They've won every single time, so. Anyways, then we move over to Kella, and Alex is sort of embarrassed to welcome his new tribe mates to their nasty beach. It is gross over there. And Shannon is ready to make the most out of her situation as one of two Uli at the Kella beach. So they sort of hop into doing some icebreakers, and Sage sort of continues to stun me every single time she opens her mouth. Some ways good, and some I'm just like, oh, I don't know that I would share that. She lets us know that she likes to, I can't, collect her blackhead pimples in a jar. That is something I would take to my grave.
How many blackheads do you be getting?
Right.
I think there's cleansers out there for that, unfortunately.
How big is the jar? And how long has this been going on? I feel like she needs to speak to a
Get
professional.
Sage on the pod. Get Sage on the pod. I need more clarification on what this looks like.
And I need to know more lore about her. I need to know, like, the connecting points, because between this, the, like, she was the Easter Bunny or something.
Her wanting to be a sports mascot, that was like her dream.
Yes, sort of. There's a lot of interesting things there. I hope they keep her around just so we get more of these little stories. And then the Hina members are sort of horrified at Alex describing their lack of food that was going on, and Jeremiah's worm farm. And they're all, I think Alex even says, I've had one single coconut the whole time I've been out here. And they were all like, oh, I'm full the other day. Like, I'm full of coconuts. I've had so many. We were eating crab. We were eating escargot. Yeah.
I think it was Sophie that had a confessional, and she was like, we've been eating crab, and we've been eating snails and fish, and they're eating worms. How uncivilized. We're people. We don't eat worms. I'm like, girl, you're on Survivor. Give me a break.
Yeah. Like, why are we sort of, shaming?
Right.
That
Girl,
situation?
gotta respect the hustle.
They had to eat somehow. Yeah. Then we go back to Hina, and they're enjoying the Hina hammocks and the beautiful shelter. And Sophie gets to work pitching herself to the former Uli members and being like, hey, I can join you, and if you keep me as a number in the long run into the merge against old Hina, that could sort of be a win-win situation for us. And Sophie is also connecting with Savannah and spills all the Kella tea and the idol played last tribal. And Savannah seems to be really vibing with Sophie as well. This is a fun duo.
It is a fun duo.
Then in the morning at Kella, okay, I'm really just, take a shot every time God is brought up. Like, you would literally be dead. Shannon is leading some group activities, meditation, prayer sort of thing, and I did kind of enjoy seeing people sitting there with their eyes open, like, clearly just not participating, but also not participating. Right. And then Steven says that Shannon is like a shark in a spiritual guru's body, and she is dangerous.
We've been saying that. I've been saying that, like, girl, she's trying to lead a cult. She's trying to create a cult following around her. And she's trying to play a coach from South Pacific Game right now.
Was he this, like, God-heavy, though?
He was pretty God-heavy, and I think it helped that other people were also as God-heavy as he was, and so he was really able to, like, lead that discussion. But, like, you had Brandon Hance there.
Oh, that's true.
Who was very God-heavy, and so I think Coach, it was a very God-heavy group, and so he realized that and was able to play into it through his, like, love of spirituality, But you can tell, even before Sage, I'm sure we'll get into it, I can't wait to talk about that, but yeah, you can tell that she's just putting on an act. Did you see her on social media this week?
No.
Girl, we need to get you in there. Shannon posted a TikTok and was like, watch me get rid of all of my hippie stuff as I turn over in my new leaf of my love for God. And so
got
she's
out
like,
of Survivor.
she's like throwing her stuff out, and she's like, I really am thankful for what all these things brought me. I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch the video because I really don't want to support her content, and also I don't really care. But she, from the context that I gathered from people talking about it, is that she was like, I'm getting rid of this stuff. It was so thankful for me, or it was so useful for me when I needed it. But now I'm really turning over a new leaf, and I'm really just going into my relationship with God and Jesus Christ, and my faith to Jesus. I'm like, girl,
okay.
What are you even talking about?
This is a whole conversation for another podcast. My thoughts on all of this. I'm gonna say, keep it to yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Stop shoving it down our throats.
No, literally. Okay. Anyways, we go to Hina, and Nate is having some homesick feelings, and Sophie is really there for them, or for him, and they have a great connection moment, which is sweet. She is doing such a good job connecting with people.
It's my winner pick. Hey, winner pick. Thank you. Both of our winner picks had very great episodes yet again, I feel like.
They kind of feel like the main character on both tribes at this point.
Right.
At least to me. Then Savannah and Jason have a chat, and Jason basically tells her that he is still Hina strong and long term will be Hina strong, but he's willing to work with his new tribe, his former Uli new tribe mates, and once they get to the merge, he'll shield them from the bullets coming their way. Do you not want to survive in this game?
That's what I'm like. This is such a weird. I mean, Savannah, I think, has a confessional after this where she's like, I can appreciate the trust that he's trying to
Yes.
He's trying to be honest, which I can respect. But you can't win playing a 100% honest game. You need to lie sometimes. Lying is okay.
Right. I just think, this comes up, and I don't remember when, but someone says Hina, it might even have been at Tribal. Hina didn't even go to Tribal. You've never actually tested any of these relationships, and now you're putting your 100% game in wanting to play with these people long term.
But you have no idea. You don't even know if
they're
gonna
not on your
last over
tribe.
there. You don't know what's happening.
Right. Why would... It makes no sense. But anyways, then the tribe is sort of hanging out, and they get into Matt's background, and he is being, super cagey and weird about it. And then Savannah keeps pushing him, and he's like, okay, I was a higher up in finance before working at the airport. IDGAF.
Right. And it's a whole thing with Savannah. She's like, he's untrustworthy. And I'm like, girl,
She says that anyone that's high up in the finance field like that is a sociopath.
He hasn't even done the job for 11 years.
I can't stand. I can't stand Matt for comments that he's made prior to the show and then also sort of later on in this episode. But I'm just like, I don't think this was that big of a deal. I think he was being weirdly cagey about it.
Yeah.
All that drama for nothing. For you to work in finance. If anything,
it makes it more suspicious.
Right. Just be like, oh, I worked in finance.
Yeah, you don't
just
really
say I was an accountant.
Right. You don't need to be yeah, I was a pretty high up exec for a finance broker firm. Girl, I don't care. I barely care about you to begin with. And now I have to hear about your whole life story again.
Exactly. Then we go over to Kella, and Christina and Shannon are connecting. And Shannon says that she was talking to God about working with Christina, and they sort of connect over that. And there's just a lot of God, Jesus talk in this. And then we do get some backstory on Christina and her mom's passing, which was very sad, but it was hard for me to sort of appreciate this moment when the context of how this came up was just not.
Right. It felt bad that, later the next segment or two with how performative this all is I feel like Shannon is just trying to get this information, try to create emotional.
Yes. It feels like emotional manipulation.
Yes, that's what I was going for. Yeah.
Which some might say is sort of what a lot of religion is. Sorry, I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be so anti-religion on this podcast, but however, when it is such a primary thing talked about in this episode, like,
Yeah.
and I'm sort of giving my comments on the episode, I have to share my thoughts. And this is me speaking for myself and not the Making Fire podcast as a whole.
Well, no, speak for the Making Fire podcast as a whole, because this is our podcast at the end of the day, and it's our platform, and if you don't want to hear us gab
Oh, well,
about it...
I didn't want to put my words in your mouth.
Oh,
I wanted you to
well.
have the space to speak up how you feel.
Thank you. I don't think men speak up enough, honestly. I don't think men speak over women enough in this country. That's all I'm
I think
say.
more men need podcasts.
I think more men need podcasts, number one, and I think more men should speak over women. Frankly.
Which is funny because on this podcast, I think I'm worse at speaking over you than you're at speaking
I don't know. Maybe I just speak for longer spouts of time. Maybe that's what it is. Because I feel like in my head, I speak for so long. But I think I'm just a yapper.
Hey, and that's why we have a podcast.
Hey.
But then we get a confessional from Sage that you were talking about earlier where she's like, Shannon is really laying on the religion thing real thick over here, and it's giving performative no shade.
Sage, I was not familiar with your game. That's all I got to say. Sage, I was not familiar with your game, honey. I need you to be in this for the rest of the season, honestly. Like, your ability to clock Shannon that hard is so iconic to me. And to do it so blankly and just be like, no, it is performative. She never once talked this much about God.
Right. I feel like from what we saw before it was so much just like the meditation, the like
Right.
connecting to nature of it.
Yes.
And now here it's like, oh, this is all about Jesus. Like the switch
Girl,
up.
that's already Trisha Paytas's brand. You can't you can't outdo the doer.
I need Sage to go so far. She has been so good at clocking things, like
Yes.
everything.
Her
the
reads have been really good.
They are really good, and I just need someone. It sounded like Steven was maybe like, sort of interested in working with Sage, and I'm like, please, 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 please give this girl a chance.
I think you said this a couple episodes ago, or maybe it was one of my friends, but it's her, more and more I'm like, oh, she reminds me of Carolyn.
Oh, yes, I mentioned that last time.
Every time, like, no, this story, it's like her basically kind of like perfect reads on the game, her inability to shy from her, like, truth, like.
In her faces, her emotions.
Faces, like, she just says what she needs to say, and her opinions are her opinions, and
she's right.
And she is right. At the end of the day, like, literally, Shannon is being performative, and Sage somebody should call it out. Because that's how cults form. Hey, no, that's how people like Shannon get to the end of the game, because it goes unchecked. Because she's using something she's using emotional manipulation, and she's using something so protected and personal, like religion and people's relationship to God, as a way to build her power in this game. Which, okay,
sounds a little familiar.
From the outside, I have to say, do I low-key respect the hustle? Yes. Do I respect a power-hungry woman who is just doing whatever she can do to remain in power?
Yeah.
It's kind of iconic, I will have to say. When a woman does it, it's kind of iconic. But on paper, I'm like, girl.
I think it would feel more iconic if, I don't know.
She was, like, admitting it.
Yes.
If she was in confessionals being like, oh my God,
it.
these religious freaks, like, the one thing I know I can use against them is God. Like, they won't go against God. And if I personify God in this game, they won't go against me. That would be the mother convention. I'm sorry, but, like...
It feels performative in the way that... Hey. It sort of feels performative from a lot of people outside the game as well. And that, I do not vibe. Anyways... Okay, let's get into this actual immunity challenge. Christina comes in bearing one of Sophie's shoes to start off and gives it back to her, a little peace offering, it seems. Now, my question was, did she lose the other shoe? Because she had said shoes plural at one point. But
maybe
then
she left the shoe behind. Maybe once the other one was, like, gone in the ocean, she was like, I have no need for the second shoe. And maybe she just left the one that didn't get washed away behind.
So, but I thought they said that that shoe, like, washed up on the beach or something. Or did they say they just found it?
I don't know.
Anyways, what's she gonna do with one shoe? We'll see. So...
You didn't... You're not gonna watch it. Australia versus the World, the season that just aired. Tony, the episode he went home, he like panicked and he tied one of his shoes around his neck with the shoelace and was like, "This is an idol. I have an idol." And everybody was like, "What?" What the hell?
We actually get medical to sort of do a little
two-time winner Tony
evaluation.
Thinks his shoe is an hidden immunity idol. And that's why Sandra will always be on top. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay. The premise of this challenge: 5 members from each tribe have to swim pulling a boat to some platforms to get some cubes. Then they get back to the beach and someone has to carry the small cubes across the balance beam, and then the others will carry the big ones on a plank across the balance beam, and then they have to stack them high, 20 cubes high.
We are not giving MC enough credit for the challenge beast that she is. I'm sorry.
Yes!
Y'all want to talk about Jonathan carrying challenges. Y'all want to talk about David carrying challenges. Jake, you probably would have had in the same conversation had the snake not bit. MC is carrying all of her tribes on her back in these immunity challenges. Y'all are not ready for that conversation.
She has talked about on her TikTok how she had been training prior to getting on Survivor, like physically for things like this. And wow, has it paid off. She is truly incredible.
She has the physicality. Jason has the puzzle. Obviously, they're not in the same tribe anymore, but Jason obviously has been killing the puzzles every time he does one. Give MC her 10s. Give her dues. She's been obsessed. Crazy in these challenges.
Like strength, balance, like endurance, in truly every single way. And then she was good at puzzles too.
Right.
Challenge beast.
I don't want to hop around. I don't know how many notes you have for the challenges. You continue, then I'll hop in when I need to hop in.
Okay. So the reward is a bunch of fruit. And before we had Sophie speak up, I literally typed, "Give them more substantial."
Oh, but suddenly Sophie's the bad guy for speaking the truth?
Right. So Jeff asked Sophie for her thoughts on the reward, and she's like, "This is literally diet food. This is a snack. Give us some carbs." And people are like poo-pooing this and disagreeing with her. She's not wrong.
Baby, all we eat is coconuts. Why would I want more fruit? Give me a fucking piece of pizza or something.
Some carb, some protein. Fruit that's been sitting in the hot Fijian sun?
Right.
No, thank you.
Right.
Like, obviously, it's like a sweet little treat. It's not like food. It's not a reward food. It should be like the side. You should get sandwiches or something and then fruit on the side. Like,
I get what the others are saying. I get it's like, be grateful for what you got, and like it's going to be more proportionately more fruit than we've eaten yet. But I'm like, no, she's right. This is not going to sit. It's just sugar. It's just sugar. There's no calories in it. So it's not even like a fun sugar like a chocolate cake would be. What?
It's not filling.
Right, it's not filling. It's not going to remain in your stomach. You're not going to have, none of this is going to sustain itself until whenever, you know?
Yeah.
And it's all cut up, which means you can't just like store it. Like it's already all cut up fruit. So it's not like you can just hold on to the fruit and let it ripen or let it sit.
Yes.
Like it's like, oh, well now I have to eat it because the dragon fruit is cut open. We don't have anywhere to store it.
It'd be different if it was like on Heroes vs. Villains when they were given the giant thing of bananas that lasted them for weeks. Imagine it was something like that. Like a whole thing of just a million bananas that could sustain them for a while. Like that's so different than cut up sugary fruit. So, hey Sophie, I hear you and I stand with you.
But and
thank you for actually standing on business and calling that out.
It's trying to cut scurvy. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
The theme of the episode is Pink. You know, Pink infamously has a song where she sings against scurvy. Scurvy. We got scurvy.
Was that from the SpongeBob movie?
I don't know if it was. I think it was just from the TV show. I don't know if it was from the movie specifically.
Oh. Anyways.
Scurvy.
In the challenge.
Pink on the podcast.
Pink on the podcast. In the challenge.
Oh my god. Oh. There she went. Did y'all see her flipping? Oh, it must have been out of frame. Did y'all see her flip across my bedroom? She must have been out of frame. Sorry. Oh,
next time you'll have to catch that.
I'll move the camera just in time.
Okay. Okay. So in the challenge, it's pretty much even through the boat section, but then Matt sort of flops at carrying the blocks across the beam for a bit. And
Girl.
MC just sort of, not to use this phrase like 1,000 times, she locks in. She goes slow and steady, but also moving so efficiently, carrying 5 blocks at a time. Makes it over. I'm pretty sure she had like almost finished the whole second run before Matt had even got across the first time.
Okay. Why? I must have missed something in the instructions. Why did we keep having Matt do this part of the challenge? Why did we not sort of switch him out for somebody else?
I know. I guess, like, did it have to be the same person to get all of those like the small blocks?
I don't know. But I also, MC was making me nervous. The way she was holding the blocks like this instead of
I was
this,
like,
or like
yes.
this. I don't know. But her just using her strength to hold the blocks together,
I know.
was making me so. I was like, oh my god, I don't know if that was the right way to go about this.
Hey, but she
but
did
obviously it was. She knew what she was doing. I'm never gonna doubt you again, Queen.
Thank you. It was very entertaining then watching them have to come up with the formations of people pyramid sort of things to stack these blocks. And for a while with Kella in the lead, Shannon was on top for the most part, stacking them. And then Hina was sort of catching up because
You got like
Nate
2
is
giants
so
on
tall.
your tribe.
Yeah.
Nate literally is gigantic, and then Rizzo on top of Nate is like...
What's crazy. But then that wasn't even enough. And in the end, Kella wins by they make this crazy pyramid with MC standing tall on top and stacking it. And it was so insane to watch. I really like the creativity of this challenge.
Most of the challenge, MC was on her knees and they were standing on her back. Like y'all aren't getting she's standing on business. Y'all are it's not clocking to y'all that she's standing on business.
Like she was exerting so much energy, like trying to hold other people up, and then to have to get on top in the end and be the one to take care of it, taking care of business. I love her. So really, they should be thanking MC for that win.
Right.
And this was Kella, but specifically Alex's first win. First time getting Flint in this game.
I would have gagged, honestly, would not have believed you if you told me that tribe was going to win. They just had nothing. Like, you had no...
I know. Even after this switch up, I was kind of like, oh, who's going to win this?
Right.
But those old Hinas, they're unstoppable.
They know what they're doing.
Knock on wood.
They got that dog in them.
Okay, well, now that, it's Hina going to tribal. Sophie is going back to tribal again. So we go to their beach, and everyone is feeling really bad for her. They're sort of apologizing, and she is definitely sad. And the RIZGOD reminds us that he doesn't actually currently have his vote.
Right, I did forget about that, if I'm being honest.
I did too. Then he does share this sort of situation with Sophie to sort of extend an olive branch to her and be like, hey, this is sort of what's going on with this. Then Savannah also remembers, wait a minute, Rizzo doesn't have his vote. So her and Jawan and Nate start digging, and they are the ones that find the map for the Delaware Advantage. Rizzo was sort of nowhere to be seen.
Right.
Which was very funny that, like, that... He has such good loyalty from these people, because if it were really anyone else, they would have been like, let's go dig this up and then take the map, and he doesn't have it. Right.
I wonder what would have happened if MC was on this tribe, and because MC is the one that found the Beware Advantage for the Yellow tribe, for the OG Hinas. So I wonder if Rizzo and MC were on the same tribe, how would they have, like...
I bet it would have been a race for it.
I can't imagine there would have only been one. Like, there had to have been 2 clues there.
You think?
Yeah, but then it's like, logistically, how do they separate? Because then, like, what? Savannah and Nate and Jawan are digging for it, and they find MCs. Is there, like, a four OG Hina member on it? like, how do you... I don't know. I wonder.
I feel like in my head, they would just do one.
I don't think they would, because nowhere on the Beware Advantage if it was not clarified to them prior that there's only one idol on this tribe, if whoever doesn't find it doesn't get to keep their vote, then it's like a game ethics question, right? Like, how was Rizzo supposed to know, had he not rushed to it, that there was only going to be one, you know?
That's true. That's true. Well, hey, Jeff. Can you inform us? Why don't you just try calling Jeff up?
Why don't you just call... What's the original name in that audio?
Nikki.
Right.
Wait.
Why don't you call Nikki up?
Is that it?
I'll do research. You keep talking.
Wait, maybe Nikki's not it.
You keep talking. Keep going.
Okay. Sorry. Then Rizzo was given the clue from his tribe mates, and he heads out into the water, into the rocky area where he finds the chest, and he gets it open, and his idol and vote are restored. It's Taylor.
Oh my god. You ate that. Why did we say that at the same time? It's like we finish each other's
song lyrics.
Yeah, I was kind of gagged that Rizzo went in fully clothed into the water. Fully about 80% of his body was underwater in pants and t-shirt. I was like, what are you going to sort of say when you get out of the water? And they're like, why are you sopping wet?
You know, he's thinking on dimensions that we can't.
That's what I'm saying. RICGOD is thinking about things we don't even understand yet. It's going to come back.
We don't even need to worry about that.
No,
he said it's
he's
fine.
the Riz God, baby. The man, the myth, the legend. RICGOD, baby.
The way
I love when he says it outside of confessional is my favorite. When he gets to when he's there and the camera's just watching him open it, and he like looks at the camera and he's like, yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. The RICGOD's got it, baby. And I'm like...
Every time I even write down, I 90% of the time do write Riz God in all caps, but I read it as RIZGOD. Like, I can't even.
You have to.
You have to spell it out for the full effect. So then, Uli plus Sophie get to talking about voting for Matt versus Jason, and at this point, they seem to be interested in keeping Jason for now, sort of as a shield and maybe a connection to his former Hina tribe mates over at Kella. But then we have Matt and Jason talking, and they're like, okay, we sort of need to get to work fast and figure something out. Matt decides to try to work with the Uli majority and pitch getting out Sophie to all of them. Read the room. Right. She is so clearly, like, been taken in by them.
This is the problem with Sophie versus Jason and Matt, is that Sophie's been playing the game for the last 6 days, and she knew that she needed to start these relationships and conversations immediately upon arrival. She needed to find the crack or find where she could go upon arrival, where Matt even says this after they lose the challenge. Jeff is like, what do you guys expect? This is a lot of y'all's first time going to tribal. And Matt's like, well, the game has started. Baby, the game started 6 days ago. You need to have been in on this. You should have been trying to break your way in the moment y'all landed on that beach and saw yourself in the minority.
Yes.
That should not start 2 hours before tribal.
No, this
Sophie's
is sort
been
of...
already putting the work in. She's ran 3 laps around y'all before you could even get started.
Completely. So Matt sort of tries to pitch to Nate that he is strong and worth keeping around, despite his past challenge performance today. Don't worry about that. I am stronger than Sophie.
Yet to be seen, but move on.
He also tells Nate that even though he hates Sandra's game, he currently wants to employ the strategy of anyone but him.
If you don't understand, if you hate Sandra's game, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this light reflection. Those look like my pupils. It looks like I'm looking around right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Guys, I'm having a fun time. If you don't like Sandra's game, you don't get it.
No.
It's not for you to get.
I can't
And that's why you're a 5th placer and Sandra's a 2-time winner. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Why would you even say that?
4th place, or I guess 5th place.
Anyway, why would you even go around saying that multiple times? Oh, I hate Sandra's game, but no.
That inherently makes me not want to respect you and your decisions, to be honest. I hate Sandra's game, but I'm going to use the way she plays this to my benefit. Girl, then put respect on it.
Yeah. God, I cannot stand him. Then Jason is talking to Rizzo, Sophie, and the others, and is like, okay, it's safer to vote Matt. I'm just going to go ahead and play my shot in the dark tonight as a way to try and make him seem like less of a sure vote. And this whole thing, as it should be, is very off-putting to Savannah, and she's like, that makes him seem incredibly...
like wishy-washy.
Untrustworthy.
Right.
And why is it worth even keeping him around? If he's that tied to his old tribe mates, that he's willing to, like, sacrifice his own game to, like, stay loyal to them for some reason that he isn't even playing with right now, like, why would we want to keep him around? Then Matt gets to working on his new plan, blindsiding Nate. And he talks to Jawan and is asking about how Jawan was positioned on his old tribe, which he was like, yeah, no, it was probably going to be me. I was on the outs. I was on the bottom. And so Matt's like, okay, work with me. We're going to blindside Nate tonight. We're going to shake things up. And Jawan is totally playing along, but he immediately takes all of this information to his Uli members and is like, okay, so here's the situation with Matt. And
so guys,
Nate
you're not
says,
gonna believe what just happened.
Nate says, okay, he's dead to me.
Ooh, Nate is that diva. I'm sorry, but you can tell. Well, I'm sure we'll get to it at Tribal Council. These girls were not playing with their attitude at Tribal tonight.
No.
They were not playing.
They were coming
Nate was
swinging.
pissed off. Nate was mad.
He says, I've had enough of the vibes.
Right.
Now my name's being thrown out.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
So, yeah, basically, it's kind of a back and forth between Nate and Rizzo and Savannah and all of them about Jason, who is cagey and unwilling to work with them, or Matt, who is going against them and, like, just generally weird, it seems. And also not useful in challenges. And this brings us to Tribal Council. They start off by talking about Uli sort of adopting Sophie pretty quickly and how they literally call us out. This leaves Jason and Matt on the bottom. Matt talks about trying to make his case to Uli for keeping him. Jason also talks about his experience having to work from the bottom today. And Savannah calls out how basically there's two Hinas. One of them is sort of unwilling to work with the group, and one of them is throwing people's names out.
And they don't really know which is which.
No. And Nate also chimes in about this, and he's like, one of them is incredibly sneaky and is working against me and is throwing my name out there. And yeah, Jason and Matt, I don't know if Matt was sort of like playing dumb, but Jason does seem like genuinely confused.
Yeah, the OG Uli people were not messing around. They were very clearly like they were mad. They were mad, and they were letting it be known. I was like, y'all, they still have a shot to dark to play tonight.
I know.
And if two of them play their shot in the dark, that's a 1 in 3 chance that someone is gonna get safe.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would be 2 out of 6 and then 1 out of 3.
Oh, yeah.
Or 3 out of 12. That's not the same.
Anyways.
3 out of 9? Wait, 2 out of 6. So 4 out of 12. Wait.
Yeah, but then you, like, bring it back
No,
down.
wait. Yeah, 4 to 12. Or...
Yes, but that is still...
Wait, no, because I'm cooking. Hold on. 5 out of 15.
Sure.
Or 6 out of 18.
Right.
I could keep going. Do you want me to?
Well, maybe that'll be on the Patreon. Yeah.
Riley
Subscribe
going
to Patreon to watch Riley do fractions. We'll set you up with a Mad Minute. How about that?
Love it. Thank you.
We'll go live on the TikTok.
Thank you.
Riley doing fractions. Savannah really drives home how weird it is that one of these people, one of these Hinas, refuses to work with Uli and, like, is so just strange, I guess. Like, the way she talks about him is so funny. And Rizzo really adds on to this point as well and is like, why would you not want to work with us? Like, not even try. Like,
right.
That's crazy. And then Jeff asked Jawan on what basis essentially he is deciding his vote tonight, and Jawan doesn't really want to answer. He just sort of like laughs and doesn't say anything. And Jeff's like, I could not have asked that more directly. Like, can I get an answer? And Jawan just like, he's just like, I sort of agree with, Savannah and Rizzo on this. Like, yeah. Someone's sneaky, someone doesn't really want to work with us.
No, right. No, exactly.
And I thought this was funny. I just love Jeff. Sometimes Jeff does ask kind of convoluted, like, weird questions, but this was maybe the most direct question we've gotten from Jeff in a long time. And Jawan just does not want to answer. That would be me. Right. Just
no,
laugh.
Exactly. And if you,
Smile and
but
wave.
like, I'd be like, well, Jeff, if you really in it, but then you go and then I break it down. But if I do break it down and it's like this, but then, no, really, because at the end of the day, it's an important decision,
Totally. Then we get Nate sort of fired up. He directly calls out Matt for what he had been saying and trying to get Nate voted out. And again, Matt shades Sandra. And I'm so glad that Jeff pointed out and was like, she's won twice, mind you.
Right, mind you.
Like,
it's a 2-time winning strategy.
Yeah, so let's chill on that. And then we get to the vote. Nate in his voting confessional tells Matt to kick rocks, which is awesome. I just love, he is bringing a sass and like an attitude that I wasn't expecting from him.
It's the dad sass.
And I love it. Continue that, please. And Sophie, I thought, was a really funny chants Hina when voting for Jason.
So iconic. I'm sorry, but that was so good.
These voting confessionals are too good. Keep them coming, guys.
They're sassy. This is a sassy batch. This tribe is.
I love it. Jason, in the end, does not play his shot in the dark, but it's a 4-2-1 vote. 4 on Matt, 2 on Jason, and 1 on Nate from Matt. And I second what Nate said, go kick rocks. See ya.
Have fun on the tarmac.
Bye. And that wraps up this episode.
Such a good episode.
Such a good episode.
There's interesting dynamics on both tribes. I'm patiently waiting for the Shannon and Sage mother off.
Yes.
I think there's good dynamics on both tribes. And you still have MC and Steven on the Kelly tribe, which is really interesting dynamic as well.
I'm so glad for them.
This new duo of Savannah and Sophie starting to form. Rizzo and Savannah. It's shaking up to be it's shaking up to be something interesting.
No, it is. These people, and this is what I've been saying, and like I think a lot of maybe Survivor fans were disagreeing and talking about how boring it was. But I felt I could feel the energy from these people the last multiple episodes, and I knew they had drama and content to give us.
Right. You need to get food in their system and get them to act up, y'all.
Yes. So I can't. I'm so excited. I'm really enjoying this season so far. I really like these people. I feel like last season, obviously other than Kyle and Camilla, I really didn't have anyone that I was rooting for, it felt like.
I agree.
Well, and Star, of course. But my general feelings were that I just didn't like most of the cast. And this time, I feel the opposite. I really enjoyed most of the cast. And I think they all bring something interesting to the table. Like, really every single person does. So.
Yeah.
Anyways. Do you have any final thoughts?
No.
Cool.
Wrap it up.
Well, thank you for watching this 100th episode of the Making Fire podcast.
Could y'all believe that? Like, can you believe that?
No, actually, no, I can't.
Type in the comments if you've watched more than 50 episodes.
And if you haven't, go back and watch all 100 and tell us which one was your favorite.
Go in order. Actually, you can skip like the first 3, but after that,
actually, please don't watch the first. Actually, maybe most of the first season we covered.
Honestly, you know what? Start with this. Just start with Heroes versus Villains. Go from there.
No, start with Survivor China and go from there. We'll start with Survivor China. Don't worry about watching 48. We were sort of unenthused.
But then go into our traders coverage too.
Yeah. That was fun.
Wait,
yeah.
48? It was... No, summer
47 was
47.
fun.
It was the summer. China 47, Traders 48, Heroes
Yes.
vs. Villains 49.
So,
That's a good
okay,
run.
yeah.
That's a good run right there.
It is a good run, and it has been fun. Well, if you want to watch more of this content, episode 101 and on, who knows how long this will go? That's crazy. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment your favorite episode of ours, and be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok in the meantime for all sorts of fun little content over there. And we'll see you next time.
Comment if you have a favorite funny running joke throughout the series.
One of my favorite that I was just thinking about, do you remember when there was like kind of a long streak of us doing something to surprise the other person in the episode? Mm-hmm. It really went back and forth for a while, and we didn't talk about that like at all ahead of time.
No.
Like there was no planning, but we kept that up for like over a month, I think.
I feel like it was a good month and a half. That was a good one.
It was. I still have Blanche hiding in my closet.
I know, Blanche, that was an iconic era. Like, you guys, we've had different eras of this show. Like, you need to go back and really get all the lore.
Like, I just loved when we would randomly show up in costume.
I just love, like, we've built our own little world here that, like, 15 people on average watch, and that's special.
Hey, we've gotten a little uptick in viewers.
Yo,
maybe
we're
not
feeling
last
sentimental.
episode,
We're feeling sentimental right now.
I am feeling sentimental. It's been so fun. So anyways, like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you next time.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. Goodbye, smooches.
Bye.
We could go see Boop.